You did it. But you also don't care. Because you actually don't care about me.
I don't care about you.
Yeah.
How can you say that? It's...
Ma'am, excuse me.
Throughout their relationship on 90 Day Fiancé The Last Resort, Guillermo made it clear that certain things mattered to him when it came to marriage. He wanted a relationship where both partners could listen to each other and consider how their choices would affect the other person. But when Kara made a decision that he was uncomfortable with, it created a huge distance between them because he felt like his feelings were not being taken seriously. The biggest issue was that Guillermo believed Kara already knew where he stood before everything happened. He was not acting like someone who suddenly changed his mind after the fact. From his point of view, he had already communicated his boundaries, and the painful part was feeling like Kara still decided to move forward, knowing how much it would bother him. For Guillermo, marriage is not just about doing whatever you want and expecting your partner to accept it. A relationship requires communication, compromise, and understanding. Even if someone believes they have the freedom to make their own decisions, the reality is that marriage means those decisions can affect another person too. That is why Guillermo struggled so much with moving past everything. He felt like Kara wanted him to simply accept what happened and continue like nothing changed. But he could not force himself to ignore something that genuinely hurt him. When Guillermo explained his feelings, it showed a different side of the situation because he was not only angry, he was disappointed. There is a big difference between someone trying to control their partner and someone saying certain actions do not align with what they want in their relationship. Guillermo felt like his values and emotions deserved to be respected. He was not saying Kara could not make her own choices, but he was also making it clear that choices come with consequences, and he had to decide what was healthy for him moving forward. The conversation between Guillermo and Kara became emotional because it showed two people looking at the same situation completely differently. Kara seemed focused on wanting Guillermo to understand her side, but Guillermo was focused on the fact that he felt unheard from the beginning. One of the hardest things in any relationship is when someone feels like they have explained their pain multiple times, but nothing changes. That is where Guillermo appeared to be emotionally. He was tired of repeating himself and trying to convince Kara why this mattered so much to him. For Guillermo, the damage was already done because it was not just about the online situation anymore. It became about whether he could trust Kara to consider his feelings in the future. Trust in marriage is not only about loyalty. Trust is also believing that your partner will protect the relationship and make decisions with both people in mind. Once that feeling disappears, rebuilding the connection becomes extremely difficult. Guillermo's reaction also showed that sometimes love alone is not enough to fix everything. Two people can love each other and still have completely different expectations about marriage, boundaries, and respect. Kara may have looked at the situation from the perspective of independence and making her own choices, but Guillermo saw it from the perspective of partnership. That difference created the biggest conflict between them. What stood out the most was how firm Guillermo became. Instead of ignoring his feelings just to keep the peace, he decided to be honest about where he stood. He reached a moment where pretending everything was fine was no longer an option. A lot of relationships struggle because people stay quiet about things that hurt them until resentment builds up. Guillermo chose to speak up and explain that he could not continue carrying something that was affecting him deeply. The difficult part is that Kara appeared surprised by how serious Guillermo was about the situation. Sometimes people believe their partner will always stay because of history, love, or the amount of time they have been together, but everyone has a limit. When that limit is reached, apologies alone may not fix the damage. The person who feels hurt needs to see real understanding and change, not just hear that they should move forward. Guillermo's biggest message was that his feelings mattered too. He wanted Kara to understand that his reaction was not coming from nowhere. It came from feeling like something important in their marriage had been broken. At the end of the day, their situation on 90 Day Fiancé The Last Resort showed how quickly a relationship can change when two people stop seeing eye to eye. It was not only about one choice Kara made, it was about everything that choice represented to Guillermo. Now the biggest question is whether Kara and Guillermo can rebuild the respect and trust between them, or if Guillermo has already reached the point where walking away feels like the only option left.